The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 8th Chapter, text number 47, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 27th, 1974, in Mayapur, India.
King Yudhishthira, son of Dharma, overwhelmed by the death of his friends, was aggrieved just like a common materialistic man. O sages, thus deluded by affection, he began to speak.
Aho Raja Dharma Suta Chintan Sridang Badam Prakitina Atmana Vipra Sneha Moha Vasangata. Sneha, love, affection, and moha, illusion. Yes. So, prakitena. Prakitena means on the bodily conception of life. Actually, sneha is different. There are affection in different stages. This morning I was reading the statement of a fisherman who caught Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his trance. And by touching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became spiritually ecstatic. But he thought that he has become ghostly haunted. Here is a ghost. And he was thinking, I am ghostly haunted, so if I become mad, who will take care of my wife and children? This is the position. The fisherman was actually, spiritually, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, simply by touching him, he was so much spiritually advanced that he was chanting, dancing, crying, means all the symptoms of spiritual ecstatic transformation was visible in his body, but he thought that he had gone mad on account of touching the body, host. He was thinking like that. And the main thinking was that if I become mad like this, then who will take care of my wife and children? This is sneha. Everyone is thinking. Even the lower animals, they are also thinking of giving protection to the children. I have got personal experience. In Kanpur, I was sitting in my room and one monkey was outside the door with his kiddie to take something out of my eating. But by chance, the small kiddie entered through the bars of the window within the room. And I saw the mother became almost mad, immediate. So my son has gone inside and it will not be allowed to come again. And anyway, I managed to push the small kiddie to go away. Then she was relieved. So this affection for children, for family, for wife, for family members increased then to society, to country, even to the whole human society. There are so many persons, they have given their state for benefit of the whole human society. There are many philanthropies, charitably disposed men, they do that. But all these activities are simply moha, illusion. Only moha. It has no value. If you say that so many things it has no value, it has value temporary. Punna. Punna, and there is also papa also. Suppose if you give charity, charity is past activities. But if you give charity to a Brahmana, then it is proper Brahmana, I mean to say qualified Brahmana, Vaishnava. Then your charity is properly utilized. And if you give the same charity to a drunkard, then you commit sinful activity. If you do not know what kind of charities we shall perform, if you blindly give charity, then sometimes you may be doing pious activities, but sometimes you are clearing the way for going to hell. Therefore in the Bhagavad Gita it is stated there are three kinds of charities: Sattvik, Rajasic, Tamasic. If you perform Sattvik charity, then you get good result. Rajasic charity, you get some profit. And Tamasic charity, you go to hell. So, one must be very careful, even for this sneha or charity or philanthropy. There is another story. It may be fact that a boy was raised by his aunt very liberally. Then gradually the boy became, in bad association, a thief. And my aunt was encouraging, "Oh, it's a very good business. You are bringing so many things without any labor." So, or out of affection, he did not chastise the boy when he was stealing. Then he, at the end, became a murderer. So, he committed a murder. Then, when he was to be hanged, so the government man inquired, "What is your last wish?" "Now you want to speak with my aunt through the ear." Then he was allowed, and the aunt was generally crying that my nephew is going to be hanged. So he caught up her ear with the teeth and cut it. So he said, "My dear aunt, if you would have chastised me in the beginning, then today this position that you are crying and I am going to hang, this would not have happened. But you did not do that. Therefore, you are uselessly crying now, and this is your punishment. I cut up your ear with the teeth." A very good instruction. So, the so-called sneha if it is not properly done, nature's regulation is so strict that you cannot avoid the consequence. That is not possible. These are practical. I have seen another practical in front of our residence. There was another neighbor. So the old man had his daughter-in-law. So she was beating her one child. So I inquired through my servant why this young woman is beating her child. Now, then the servant brought me the news that this boy gave paratha to his elder brother who is suffering from typhoid. The typhoid, in typhoid fever, solid food is forbidden strictly. But the boy did not know. He asked his younger brother that if you steal one paratha and if you give me, I am very much hungry. So he became very sympathetic to his brother and he gave the paratha. And the boy was ill, he aggravated the illness. So as soon as the mother heard that he gave a paratha to him, he began to beat. Why did you give? And it was charity, it was affection and sympathy, but the result was beating with stools. So if we do not know where charity should be given, then where affection should be there, then we are under the laws of nature, we shall be punished. If it is not properly done, there is punishment. Therefore, it is said, prakiteno atmana. Prakiteno. By worldly relationship, prakiteno atmana vipra sneho moho vasangata. Sneha, affection, moho, illusion. Just like Arjuna, the same thing. Out of affection, he was denying. He was denying, no, Krishna, I shall not fight. There on the other side, there are my brothers, my nephews, my grandfather, and my teacher, Dronacharya, all my object of affection and obeisances, and I will have to kill them. You are inducing me. No, don't do it. That is prakritena. He did not know the spiritual necessities. Sometimes we take sannyas. I have seen one, our godbrother, big godbrother, he took sannyas. So his son was crying and he was also crying. Then if you have got affection for your family, society, then why you are taking sannyas? That is prakritena. We should not be carried away by this material affection. No, that is not good. You must do your duty. That is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. That Arjuna, you are being carried away by your material affection and you are hesitating to execute your duty. This is not good. Anarja justam. This is befitting for the anarja, non-Aryan. Non-Aryan means not civilized. and Aryan means civilized. This is the distinction. Now people are very much fond of calling themselves as civilized, Aryan, belonging to the Aryan family. What is the Aryan civilization? Aryan civilization means this Vedic civilization. Just like Arjuna, a Kshatriya, belonged to the Aryan civilization, and because he was denying to fight, Krishna accused him, oh, this is just like non-Aryans, anarjajustam, non-Aryans. So this is Aryan civilization. Aryan civilization means giving importance to the spiritual life. That is Aryan civilization. And those who are giving importance to the material life, prakita, that is called prakita. Sabhakta prakita smrita, in devotional life also. There are prakita bhaktas. Prakita bhaktas are described. Archayam haray jab pujang sadhya hati natad bhakteshu channeshu sabhakta prakita smrita. A devotee, of course that is the beginning, who is carrying the archa, deity worship, very nicely. Archayam haray jap pujang sadhya, with great affection, regulative principle. But he does not know archayam haray jap pujang sadhya hate nadad bhakteshu. But he does not know how to respect a devotee. Natad bhakteshu, channeshu. He does not know how to do good to others. Simply, he is attached to the deity worship. Savakta prakita smrita. He is still on the material platform. So one has to make advance. What is that advance? That advance is what is that verse? The four kinds of prema maitri kipopekhaja karati samadha. Ishare tadadhineshu. The further advancement. One has to make advance, stage by stage, from the Kanishthadhikari, from the lower stage to the middle stage to the higher stage. So, the next stage, from prakita, from material position, of course any devotion is, any devotee is not on the material platform. He is, but if we remain more on the material platform, not on the spiritual platform, then we will fall down. We will fall down. Therefore, one should try to make forward march. The forward march is to become a preacher. Bhakteshu channeshu. Preaching means to obey the order of the spiritual master or superior authorities and do good to others. They are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Try to please them. This is the second stage. If you simply become blocked up for deity worship, or do not preach, then we remain in the lowest stage. But when we take up this one, preaching means he must be conscious, very Krishna conscious, advanced. Krishna conscious means that he is a lover of Krishna. Ishare tadadhe. He will see four things. First, Krishna, Ishara and Tadadhina, the devotees. Ishara Tadadhineshu and Baliseshu. Balis means people ignorant, men who do not know what is Krishna consciousness. They are called Balis, just like child. Child is called Balis. Ignorant men. Baliseshu Dishashu. And other class, he will see four things. Ishara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will see the devotees of Krishna, he will see some ignorant person, and he will see some envious person. That will have to meet. If you become preacher, then you will create so many enemies also. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. His father became enemy. Not outside. Outside he might have many enemies. But the 5-year-old boy, because he was taking opportunity in the school, and as soon as the teachers are out and the tiffin hour, he would immediately stand up on the bench and preach. You have seen the picture. He was preaching amongst his small class friends. That preaching work is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, how he was intelligently preaching. He is first, Kaumarang, Bhakta, I forget now. My memory is becoming old. So, Kaumarang acharit pragya dharman bhagavatanya. That is what is preaching. My dear friends, we are now unmarried boys. So, this is the opportunity. Now we are unmarried. We are not very much attached to family life. This is the opportunity. Kaumaro acharet pragya. Because as soon as one becomes materially affectionate, here it is said, prakitena atmana vipra sneha moho vasam. The more we increase, when we are children, we have got little affection for playing or for father and mother. That's all, limited. But the more we grow, and especially when you are married, then this material affection increases. More intense. That is also stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Pungsang sriyang mi thuni bhavameka. This material life means sex life. So, a man is searching after a woman and a woman is searching after a man. This is material bonding. This is natural. Not only human society, in dog society, they say the dog is crying at night because he has lost that woman, is it not? Let's see, even in the dog, what to speak of human being. So, this is material life, to be affectionate, unnecessary. Therefore, devotional service means vairagya vidya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by his example how he gave up the affection of young, beautiful wife, very nice home, most affectionate mother, most influential position in the society, gave up. So this is the, people do not know what is devotional service. Devotional service means just like Kunti was praying, my dear Krishna, kindly help me. How can I give up this affection of my family? The Pandavas and the Britannies. This is required. This is the first sacrifice. Not prakritina vasangata. Then it is. Vairag, actually, the perfection of life is no more affection for anything material. Brahma bhuta prasannatma, no sujati, no kam. That is the beginning. When we have lost complete affection for, we are not cruel, that is not an other. But we should know that this is not required, this is simply moha. This is simply moha. This is illusion. It has no meaning. It is simply entanglement. That one must know. That is called Vairagya. Vairagya Vidya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote 100 verses appreciating Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of which 2 verses are available. But because when he sent the 100 verses by glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately torn the papers, but the devotees collected the torn papers and saved 1 or 2 slokas. So, one of the most important sloka is Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikkharthameka Purusha Purana. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Buddhija Stamaham Prapadde. Who is this Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He immediately recognized he is Krishna. He is Krishna. Krishna, as the Supreme Person, he ordered this Vairagya Vidya. Give up nonsense, all these things. Just surrender to me. This is Vairagya. So-called affection and duty and so on, so on. Sarvadharman parityaja, give up. This is Vairagya Vidya. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand that he is the same Krishna. Same Krishna, Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered, but he did not personally teach how to become elevated in Vairagya Vidya. Here is the same person, he has come again to teach practically how to attain this Vairagya Vidya stage. Therefore he said, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. Vairagya Vidya means you become detestful to the material thing, param drishtya nivartate. But as Kunti said, that my affection may increase for you. Vairagya Vidya means not only simply give up affection of this material, but you increase your affection for Krishna. That is Vairagya. Not that giving up all affection for the material world you become zero. The zero stage is Brahma Bhuta stage. I have no more any affection for material things. But zero stage you cannot stay. That is not our nature. Anandamaya Abhyasa, we want Ananda. So, we give up this association, unless you take Krishna's association, there will be no Ananda. It is simply zero. In the zero platform you cannot remain for many years or many days. Then you will fall down. If you don't increase your affection for Krishna, simply you give up the affection of this material world, then you cannot stay for many days. You will fall down. You will fall down. Arijya krichena parang padang tata patanti adha anadita jusmatangraya. Simply negative process will not help you. You must take the positive position. So, that is required. Otherwise, devotional service means vairagya vidya. It is the transcendental education to become unattached to this material world. This is called vairagya. In another place it is said, the Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janati Asu Vairagyam. Janati Asu Vairagyam. Jnanancha jadahitukam. Vairagya or Jnana. These two things required in human life. To become unattached to this material world and based on Jnana, knowledge. Just like the so-called sannyasi, they give up as a sentiment and take sannyas, but unless he has knowledge, he cannot stay. He'll fall down. He'll fall down. Therefore, vairagya and Jnana, two things must be there. Jnana means full knowledge that I am spirit soul. My only necessity is spiritual advancement of life. This is Jnana. And then naturally he has no more any affection for material things. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was thinking, it is natural that on account of his position to become the emperor of the world, Sridhanga Bodham, so many friends have been killed. Aharaja, Dharma Shuta, Chintan, Suhidanga Bodham. This is natural. But duty is duty. When Krishna says that, as he did to Arjuna, that you must fight, you must kill them. That is duty. That is Krishna consciousness. No consideration of my affection. That is duty. And Arjuna did it. This is the duty of the devotee. Anukullena Krishnanusiliram Bhakti Uttama. First class devotion is to serve Krishna just to please him. If he is pleased, if he says that you kill your son, then we should be prepared to do that. That is called vairagya. Of course, never Krishna says like that, but actually in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna was ordered, if not the son, but the nephew. But his sons are also killed. So this is duty. So many people inquire, Krishna was inducing people to fight. But this fight, by the order of Krishna, and the fight or war declared by for the satisfaction of the politicians, they are not the same. We must always remember. They are not the same. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was standing and his father was being killed. Is it a very good thing? Suppose if I am here and somebody kills me, and if you do not protest, is it a very good business? People will be surprised that so many disciples are here and this man is being killed and nobody do anything. So, from material point of view, Prahlad Maharaj could have asked, Nishingadev, my lord, do not kill my father. He could have asked. And immediately his request would have been granted. But he did not do that. He was standing and saying. But he knows that this killing of the body of my father is not killing. I shall save him. I shall save him. That he did. When he was offered benediction, he did not take anything. He said, my Lord, what shall I do with this material benediction? I have seen, in the case of my father, he was so strong that even the demigods were frightened for his presence. His position was so strong, and he finished it within a minute. So what is the benefit of taking? No, please do not request me. But although he did not ask anything for his personal self, but he asked the Lord, prayed, the one thing I request. What is that? Now, my father was a great demon, and he was against you, has committed so many sinful lives. So I know he'll have to suffer for this thing. I request you to excuse him. This is Vaishnava. Janma karma me dibbam jo janati tattva kakta dehang punarjanma nahi. You can save your son, your disciple, your relative, or anyone whom you love, real affection, then give him Krishna consciousness and he will be saved from death. That is the purport of it. Thank you very much.